this month's Nate's Art Lab Collab, we were challenged to do a painting based on one of our favorite holiday treats. My color inspiration was ambrosia, or 24-hour fruit salad as we called it. This was my grandfather's absolute favorite holiday treat. As I was brainstorming out loud with my husband about the project, he said, "Oh yeah, 24-hour fruit salad would be perfect with a pearl. The little marshmallows and the pearls are alike." So now I have to admit that he's right, and today we're going to be doing a pearl pour. So I've taken my white pearl base and poured on this 16-inch round canvas, and I'm tilting off the excess so that I have a very thin layer. This is a recipe that I actually got from Tara Lombardi. I took one of her classes at FAE, I guess it was last year, and I've tried several recipes, and this one just seems to be my go-to. So that's what I'm using today. Thank you, Tara. And I apologize for the sun glare there in my video. We've had so many overcast days that I've been able to keep my shades open in the studio. And today the sun came out and we're getting just a little bit of glare for a minute. And as always, my colors and recipes will be down below in my description box. But on your way down there, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, as all those things really help me out. What I'm doing now is pouring over a custom kind of cream color that I've mixed up using various paints, and that is going to be a pour over or puddle, and this is going to be part of the background that the pearl base actually eats through and makes our little round pearls. When doing the pearl technique, your paints are going to be really thin. The thinnest is going to be your base, that white I've got there. And I didn't mention it earlier, but I actually could have made that a little bit thinner. And your puddle here that you're pouring over, it's going to be thin, not quite as thin as the pearl base, but it's still very thin. I'm tilting it off, making sure I get full coverage, but you have to watch your edges for the pearls to start to pop up. When they start popping up, you pretty much are done with the tilt because you'll end up with really misshapen pearls. As I'm finishing my tilt here, I want to tell you something that I forgot to do. What you can't see in the video right now is me starting to panic as I realized I did not paint my edges. And what I mean by this is you take your base paint color, so in this case it's white. So I take my white paint, fresh out of the tube, not made into a fluid paint, and just paint my edges. That gives the pour over something to cling to, and that way you get the pearl design all the way to the edges and down the side. And you can see around my ring here that I don't have that, so I'm losing some of the pearls. So I hope that I can remember to do this every time. I'm a little bit out of the habit of making pearls. I think it's been like about a year since I've done pearl pours, so it's really nice to revisit this. This is actually, I think, my favorite technique. So I hope y'all enjoy it because you're going to be seeing a lot more of it in the future. So after you pour over your puddle pour for your background, that is the time to refill that coffee, tidy up a little bit, just walk away and let these start developing. So that's why I didn't cut this part out. I wanted you guys to see how it develops, and you can see they're just popping up all over the place. So I think our pearls or marshmallows are just about done developing, and I'm starting to stare at the painting here and decide my composition. So you'll see that I'm turning one way, turning the other, trying to decide where I want my next step to go. And I've decided I'm going to do a Dutch pour. So I'm trying to decide exactly where I want it, what pearls I want to keep, what area I want to cover. So my colors that I've picked, you see I've got a green and kind of a golden yellow and a pinky red. So as my fruit salad goes here, the green is representing the grape, the yellowy orange is representing the mandarin oranges and the other fruits in that cocktail. And then our pinky red is actually our maraschino cherries that my grandmother always put in hers, and she always put in extra for me because those were my absolute favorite. I've decided I want my piece to be a little bit minimalistic, so I'm pouring really thin and very slow and careful. It's hard to tell that because the video is sped up quite a bit. I'm about to do some gold, and gold can be very bossy, as Kathleen Osmore says, but I want it to be just a little hint of gold, not to take over. So I've taken my gold mixture and I've actually put it in a really small fine tip bottle, and that's how I remind myself not to go crazy with it. Don't need too much of that. So you can see I'm going back in right now with this little tiny needle tip is what they call that squeeze bottle. And that really helps me not get out of control. So after you've laid down your colors, you want to take your torch and pop all those bubbles. And as you can see, my pearl base is already eating through some of my green, so you really don't want to let it sit too long from the time you pour your colors and the time you do the blowout. So remember, this is sped up and I'm actually blowing this out quite slow. You don't want to do it too fast. There's no reason to just totally speed through it like it looks like I'm doing here. I actually do have control. And I've got a little gooby there that I'm going to get out. But after you do that and it looks like it leaves a hole, you can take something and go back in with whatever color and just fill that in a little bit, and you can see I'm doing that there. And after I do this, I literally walk away again because I want to let it start developing a little bit more, and you can kind of see where the pearls are going to end up in your design. And because I can't leave well enough alone, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add some little details, some little swipes and swooshes. On this part, you really want to take your time, as you can see I'm doing here. This is how you can take a really great piece of art and totally ruin it. So, speaking from experience here, so I just want to take it slow, really think through where I want my little embellishments. So each time, because I did not get a little extra cup to pour my paint on, I'm cleaning my stick there. So I'm just kind of rolling it around on my pad because I don't want to contaminate my cup of good paint with a mixture of something else. So again, I'm overthinking where I want to put the swooshes and swipes, but for one time in my life, I can say that overthinking is a good thing. You do not want to rush this. At the end of the video, I'm going to include my grandmother's recipe for her 24-hour fruit salad. We do not put coconut in ours. She always said that was the difference between a 24-hour fruit salad and an ambrosia, that the ambrosia had coconut. I don't know if this is true or not. You guys will have to weigh in on it down in the comments. So now I'm about to go in with some gold paint that I've thickened up. So this is going to be the gold that I had in the little fine bottle. But I've taken this and thickened it up a little bit. And I'm using it to add some detail into my design. So I'm taking it on my little stick here and adding some intentional swipes of the gold. Because I have thickened it, it's not going to spread as fast as the other colors did in this pour, and it'll kind of stay put, and then when it dries, it'll be really prominent. Since I did not paint my edges beforehand, my design is pulling back from those edges. So I'm just taking a straw and kind of blowing my paint toward the edge to get that coverage back. So this is my, I guess, abstract interpretation of a 24-hour fruit salad, or ambrosia, if you will. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. Thanks for watching. I hope you watch everyone in our collaboration. Just follow the link in the description, and that'll take you to all the videos from today. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a very happy holiday season, and I'll see you next time down on the canvas.